All right. So here we had the demand of 5 units. So here we do not require any lead time, as we have already placed an order here. So every time we need not place an order. Okay. Now in balance there were 13 units in the inventory. 5 units, for the 5 units there is a demand. Now next we can see that it will become as 8. Okay. Before going for that, the holding cost would be, in this case it would be 3 into 2, which is equal to 26, and in this case it would be 8 into 2, which is equal to 16. All right. Now if you have to see, you have placed an order that is on the second day. All right. So second day, in the sense, the lead time which is indicated here is 3 days. Okay. Now what it means is that after the third day we are going to receive the order. Okay. So that is the meaning of it. Now if you have to see, this is the first day, this is the first day, that is second, this is the first day, second day and third day. So after the third day we are going to receive it on this particular day. We are going to receive an order. Okay. So that is nothing but that would be equal to the reorder quantity. We have to see what is the reorder quantity here. So that is given in the question statement. So in the question statement it is given as yes. So the reorder quantity is 40. Okay. So the reorder quantity is 40. That means every time the company places an order, okay, reorder, they will receive another 40 units. Okay, that is constant. All right. So that is something which we are supposed to add here. Okay. So what happens is 8 units were there on the previous day. Now we are going to receive extra 40 units on this particular day. That is under receipt column. Under the receipt column we can write this. So this will become extra 40. Okay. And now, so we have to see what is the demand on this fifth day. On the fifth day the random number is 73. All right. So on the fifth day the random number is 73. So they have possibility that there would be 9 units, there would be a demand for 9 units. Okay. So that is something which we are supposed to write here. Okay. Yes. So 73 and 9. Okay. Now if you have to see this, so there were totally 8 units on the previous day. In the inventory there were 8 units, and on this particular day we have received 40 units, so it becomes 48 units in the inventory finally. Okay. So here when we are calculating, it becomes 48 minus 9, which is nothing but 39. 39 will be the total number of balance unit at the end of the day. Okay. So holding cost is 39 into 2, which is equal to 78. Okay. So likewise next it is going to be so 39 units we have. Next similarly we have 7 units. Correct. So 7 is a random number for which the total demand is 5 units, if I am not wrong. So 7 comes in this particular random number interval, and the demand is for 4 units. Correct. So it is 4. It is going to be 4 units. So 39 was the previous day's inventory, and this is 4. And now it becomes 35 is the balance, and holding cost is 70. Next 92 is the next random number. 92 falls in this particular interval. 11 units, there is demand for 11 units. So 24 will be in the balance. Okay. So our reorder level is 20. It should not go below that. Right now it is 24. Next 99 means again it will be how much? 99 falls in this particular category, and this is 12. So this time it will be 12. So it has gone below 20. So we can place a reorder here. So for placing when we place the reorder, the ordering cost will be 80 rupees. Order cost will be 80 rupees. Yes, here also we forgot to place order cost 80 rupees. So in these two places there will be order cost. Okay, per order the cost is 80 rupees. So that is the reason 80 is being placed on this particular date. Okay, now if I am placing a reorder, then I have to check after how many days I am going to receive the order. Okay, so for that the next random number is to be checked, which is given in the question. Okay, so next random number for the lead time, 47 is already used. Next is 74. Okay, so 74 will be used as the next random number. Okay, 74 will be used as the next random number. And if you have to see, 74 falls in this category. 74 falls in this category, that is 4 days lead time. Okay, so 4 days lead time will be there. So previously it was 3 days, now it is 4 days. Okay, so that means what? This is first day, second day, third day, fourth day. Here we are going to receive another 40 units. Okay, that is on 11th day we will be receiving that is 1 2 3 4. So 4 days are complete. Probably it will be here, sorry, not here. Okay, so 1 2 3 4. After 4 days we are going to receive it on the 5th day. Correct. So this is how the calculations are being done. Next, so we have 12 units on the previous day. So out of 12 units, next day the demand is 93 units. 93 is the random number. 93 means yes, so the respective demand is 11. So pending is 1. Okay, so from 12, 11 units are gone. Pending is 1. Next, so every time we need not place an order because we have already placed it on this day. So again I am not going to place an order. Okay, so I am going to wait until this particular 40 units are being received. Okay, so again we are not going to place any order. Next, 18 is the next random number. So if 18 is the next random number, we have to see, yes, this is 5 units. 5 units, there is a demand for 5 units. Now if you have to see, there are only 1 unit, 5 units. So in balance we can say that it is 0 because all the 4 units, all the 1 unit is being given to the customer. On 4 units we have fallen short of, so we can write it as 0. Okay, so next day 24 is a random number. So 24 and 22 is the next random number. 24 and 22 we can write 6 and 6 for both the rows. Now if you have to see, here also we can write it as 0. Now what will happen is, there are 0 units. Now 40 units we have received it on this day. On the same day there was a demand for 6 units. So I can write it as 34. Why? Because this is 40 minus 6. Okay, so in the textbooks what they have considered is, they have not considered the cumulative. That is, here if you have to see, 4 units are not being met, or 4 units are not given to the customer. Here they have fallen short of 6 units. So this 4 plus 6, 10 is not considered in this calculation. They are only considering, or only 6 units are being provided to the customer. It is not 6 plus 10. Okay, so this is how it is there in the textbook. Alright, so this is how the simulation problem is being solved. Now what is the advantage of doing this is nothing but, here we can see that these are the demand column, and looking at the demand column we can say that what can be the balance. Okay, how the inventory is going to react. Okay, what will be the behavior of the system for the different numbers of demand, how the balance whether the inventory is going to fall short of some of the units, or whether they will be having sufficient amount of quantity of products in the inventory. All these things can be checked using this simulation method. One of the advantage of this is nothing but, the inventory manager can be ready for every situation. Okay, the inventory manager can plan accordingly, and they can purchase the sufficient amount of quantity according to this particular demand. Okay. All right. So these are not these are the demands which are practically seen even in the past. Okay. So for example, if you have to see 8 quantity, 5 quantity, 4 products, order for 5 products, order for 9 products, 4 products. All these were the products which they have seen in the past. Okay. These are not impractical numbers. Why? Because if you have to see in the question statement all these demands were seen in the past, and this based on the that only the probability is being calculated. See, 2% probability is there, 8% probability is there. It is not that it is 0%. Okay. There will be a demand for 4 products and the probability of that is 8%. Okay. How they have calculated this? Because in the past these things have happened. There were a demand for 4 products, there were a demand for 5 products in the past, there were a demand for 6 products in the past, 7 products in the past. So likewise all these probability numbers are also there, which is non-zero for all this demand. Okay. So the company cannot say that they may not see this type of the demand in the future, since this type of the demands were seen in the past. Okay. So the company has to be ready for any type of the situations like this. Okay. Any demand arising the inventory manager has to be ready, for which if you have to see some time there is a possibility that the inventory may fall short. Okay. But most of the time if you have to see, they can meet the necessary demand. Okay. Only thing is that one of the suggestions can be given is that the number of products which they keep in the inventory, they can increase to 100 or 50 or 60 like that, so that they need not come to that reorder level very fast. Okay. All right. So if you have any doubts, you can call me. Thank you.